गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बूफलचारुभक्षणं उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। सरस्वती महाभागे विद्ये कमललोचने विद्यारूपे विशालाक्षी विद्यां देहि नमोऽस्तु ते। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदीकैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च। मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता। भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव। एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिः ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि महापापादिपापानि गीताध्ययनं करोति चेत् क्वचित् स्पर्शं न कुर्वन्ति नलिनीदलम् अम्बुवत् गीतायाः पुस्तकं यत्र यत्र पाठः प्रवर्तते तत्र सर्वाणि तीर्थानि प्रयागादिनि तत्र वै यत्र गीताविचारश्च पठनं पाठनं श्रुतं तत्र अहं निश्चितं पृथ्वीं निवसामि सदैव हि चिदानन्देन कृष्णेन प्रोक्ता स्वमुखतोऽर्जुन वेदत्रयी परानन्दा तत्त्वार्थज्ञानसंयुता अष्टादश जपेन्नित्यं नरो निश्चलमानसः ज्ञानसिद्धिं स लभते ततो याति परं पदम् गीतार्थं ध्यायते नित्यं कृत्वा कर्माणि भूरिशः जीवन्मुक्तः स विज्ञेयो देहान्ते परमं पदम् मन्दारगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बर्हि पिच्छावचूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितम् अवाप्ततुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् उत्पुल्लपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजीमूतसन्निभं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् अस्तु. So today we have to do the 24th shloka, page number 216. 216 Geetha Pravesha, book 2, shlokam number 24 of the 4th adhyaya. Surya Bhagini.
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाः पुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मसमाधिना ब्रह्मार्पणम् ఇది లుచ్చుప్రచేత బ్రహ్మార్పణం
బ్రహ్మ అర్పణం
బ్రహ్మార్పణం బ్రహ్మన్ శబ్దం పుల్లింగం
నపుంసకం ప్రథమ ఏకవచనం ప్రథమా విభక్తి ఏకవచనం
బ్రహ్మ శబ్దం నపుంసకలింగం అవుతుందా
నపుంసకము ఉంది లింగం కూడా ఉంది యా
బ్రహ్మార్పణం అంటే లుచ్ అవుతుంది కదా
బ్రహ్మార్పణం అదంటే సమస్తం తీసుకుంటానంటారా బ్రహ్మార్పణం యా తీసుకోవచ్చు కానీ అది we can take it as more like a విశేషణ ఎందుకంటే arpanam is the one with which you are offering in the yajna like darvi, so that also is brahma, that also we the person who is doing the yaga should consider everything that he uses in the yaga as brahma. So arpanam means darvi, like garita lantidi untundi kada, from through which we offer ghee into the yaga, so that is arpanam. Brahma, that also is brahma, so it is not samasa padam here. We have to take it as kartru samanadhikaranam or videya vishesham. Arpanam itself is Brahma. Havihi itself is Brahma. Like that. Agni itself is Brahma. The person who is also performing the yaga himself is Brahma. So everything we are looking at it as Brahma. So all these will be Videya Visheshanas. Brahma will be Videya Visheshana to each of these words. So Brahma separate, Arpanam separate.
Mahodaye, Namansi. Brahman ityukte Nirakara Brahma iti uchyate. Brahma, Pullinga Brahma ite, it is one of the three devatas, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaras. Trimukha Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. Chaturmukha Brahma is one of the devatas. That is how it is purported.
If we want to consider Brahma as Paramatma, we have to take it as Napumsakam.
Yes, this is Brahman. This is Brahman Napumsakalingam.
Yes.
I just wanted to tell that.
Yes.
మళ్ళీ బ్రహ్మన్ శబ్దం ప్రథమ పురుష ఏకవచనం. హవిహి ప్రథమ పురుష ఏకవచనం. బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ సప్తమి విభక్తి ప్రథమ. సప్తమి విభక్తి కదా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ.
Which one? Brahmagnau. Brahmagnau is again Saptami Vibhakti. Agnau.
ప్రథమ.
Agnau is Saptami Ekavachana. Brahmagnau here is Samastapadam only. Why? Because the Vibhakti is at the end of Agni Shabda. So we have to take it as Samasa word only. In the Agni, that is, which is nothing other than the Brahma. Like that we have to take. Brahmagni will be the Pratipadikam. Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabda, Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachana.
Brahmana Trutiya.
Trutiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Brahman Nakaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdam. Trutiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Putam Prathama Vibhakti Napumsakalingam.
Hu dhatoho Krit Pratyayam. Sorry, Kta Pratyayam.
Ta Pratyayam.
Hutaha Huta Hutam. So this is Napumsakalinga Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Brahma Eva. Brahma Napumsakalingam. Eva
Avyayam.
Tena. Tena Tritiya Vibhakti Dakaranta Shabda.
Ekavachanam. Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Tad Shabdasya.
Gantavyam kuda vyukti pratyayam avutundi kada.
Tavyat Pratyayam Gam dhatoho Tavyat Pratyayam Napumsakalinga Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Brahma Karma Samadhina.
This is the Samasa word again. Brahma Karma Samadhina. So Brahma Karma Samadhi. Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Trutiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Padartha Arpanam Samarpana Sadhanam Srugadi. Samarpana Sadhanam Srugadi. Brahma Paramatma. Brahmagnau Paramatma Rupaye Atmau. Paramatma Rupe Agnau. Paramatma Rupe Agnau. Brahmana
Yajamana Rupena Paramatmana.
Putam Dattam Havihi Ajyadikam Vastu. Brahma Paramatma. Brahma Karma Samadhina. Karma Rupa Paramatma Nishtena. Tena Yajamanena Gantavyam Praptavyam. Brahma Eva Paramatma Eva. Anvayaha Pranam Brahma Brahmagnau Brahmana Putam Havihi Brahma. Brahma Karma Samadhina తేన గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మైవ. ఆకాంక్ష బ్రహ్మ. అర్పణం కిం? అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ పునః హవిః కిం? అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ హవిః బ్రహ్మ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ. కీదృశం హవిః బ్రహ్మ? అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ కేన హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ? అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా కుత్ర హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ? అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. పునశ్చ గంతవ్యం కిం? అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మైవ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. తేన గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మైవ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. తేన గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మైవ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. ఈదృశేన తేన గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మైవ. అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ బ్రహ్మణా బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ హుతం హవిః బ్రహ్మ. బ్రహ్మకర్మ సమాధిన తేన గంతవ్యం బ్రహ్మైవ. తాత్పర్యం. అత్ర యత్ సమర్పణ సాధనం వర్తతే తత్ బ్రహ్మ. యః అగ్నిః తత్ బ్రహ్మ. యో యజమానః తత్ బ్రహ్మ. యత్తేన హుతం ఆజ్యాది తదపి బ్రహ్మ. యత్ సమర్పణం తదపి బ్రహ్మ. తత్ర అవహితేన పురుషేణ ప్రాప్తవ్యమపి బ్రహ్మైవ. ఏవం సర్వం ఖలు ఇదం బ్రహ్మ. నా తదతిరిక్తం కించిదపి వస్తు ఇహ వర్తతే. మాధ్వమతం. యజ్ఞే క్రియమాణే సతి తత్ సాధనాని హవిరాదీని బ్రహ్మాధీనాని అహమపి జీవోపి తదధీనః ఇతి యః చింతయతి తాదృశః భగవద్భక్తః మోక్షం ఆప్నోతి. రామానుజుని మతం. బ్రహ్మార్పణం ఇదం ఏకం పదం సృగాది. బ్రహ్మకర్మ సమాధిః సర్వకర్మ బ్రహ్మాత్మకత్వాత్ బ్రహ్మమయం ఇతి యః సమాధత్తే సః బ్రహ్మైవ గంతవ్యం ఆత్మస్వరూపమేవ అవలోకనీయం. వ్యాకరణం. సంధిః హవిర్బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ. హవిః ప్లస్ బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ విసర్గ సంధిః రేఫ. బ్రహ్మైవ బ్రహ్మ ప్లస్ ఏవ వృద్ధి సంధిః. సమాసః బ్రహ్మకర్మ సమాధిన. బ్రహ్మ ఏవ కర్మ కర్మధారయ. బ్రహ్మకర్మణి సమాధిః యస్య సః తేన బహువ్రీహిః. బ్రహ్మ అగ్నౌ. బ్రహ్మ ఏవ అగ్నిః తస్మిన్ కర్మధారయః. కృదంతః అర్పణం. రు ప్లస్ లిచ్చి.
నిచ్ ధాతు.
ప్లస్ లిట్టు.
నిచ్ ప్రత్యయం అనంతరం ల్యుట్ ప్రత్యయం.
లిట్టు కరణే. అర్ప్యతే అనేన ఇతి అర్పణం స్ఫుటాది.
హుతం.
హు ప్లస్ త కర్మణి. గంతవ్యం. గం ప్లస్ తవ్యత్ కర్మణి.
అస్తు. సో అత్ర క్రియాపదం కిం?
క్రియాపదం అర్పణం.
अर्पणं ब्रह्म अस्ति. अर्पणम् इत्युक्ते अत्र साधनं with which you offer havihi into the yajna. Okay, into the yaga, whatever you are offering, you use a darvi. Darvi means like a garita, like a spoon kind of thing, a big ladle kind of thing. That is referred to as arpanam. Arpanam samarpana sadhanam srugadi. It is given no in padartha. Arpanam samarpana sadhanam srugadi. Srugadi means srug, means like darvi. But when you are using it in yagas, you call it either juhu or srug. We don't use the word darvi. Garita and vadamu. Yajnamlo vadedi The purpose is the same, the way you are using is the same, but because it is used in a yaga, we call it sruga. So whatever you are using to offer, that is arpanam. So arpanam brahma asti. Okay, that arpanam, the tool that you are using to offer the ghee or whatever you are offering through that into the havi, that also is brahma. Anantaram, so asti you can take as adhyahritam. So arpanam brahma asti. Arpanam will be kartrupadam. Brahma will be videya visheshanam or kartru samanadhikaranam, we can say. Anantaram, brahmagnau brahmana hutam havihi brahma. So brahmagnau. So here, since it is a samasa word, we will not split. So into the brahmagni, into that agni, brahmana, by the person who is performing the yaga, who is also considered as Brahma himself, hutam, that which is offered, havihi. Havihi is the one that is offered. That havihi is also Brahma. Havihi is like the ghee or certain kind of grains that we offer into the yagagni. That also is Brahma. So Brahmagnau Brahmana hutam havihi Brahma asti. That havihi is also considered as Brahma. The Agni is also considered as Brahma, Brahmagni. That is why Brahmagnau, not simply Yagagnau, Brahmagnau. So that Agni also is considered as Brahma. Brahmana, who is the person performing here, that Yajamani is also considered as Brahma. So Brahmana, Yajamanena na, Brahmana, because he also is considered as Brahma. That and whatever he is offering, that havihi is also Brahma. So havihi Brahma asti. Anantaram Brahma karma samadhina tena gantavyam brahmaiva. Brahmaiva gantavyam. So here Brahma karma samadhina. So karma rupa paramatma nishtena. Brahma karma samadhina. Here Brahma we know Paramatma. Karma samadhina. So whatever samadhi he attains, samadhi means that kind of shraddha or ekagrata that one attains by looking at everything as the Paramatma. And what does he attain with that? Using that as the sadhana, he is again attaining Paramatma. He is attaining moksha. So tena, by him, who is using this or who is able to see everything as the Brahma and attaining that samadhi state, that kind of ekagrata is called samadhi. In that samadhi state, a person cannot be disturbed in any way. The indriyas and manas is in complete control. When a person attains that kind of state, he is said to be in samadhi. So that kind of person, where will he go? Tena gantavyam brahmaiva. So he will attain moksha. That is the meaning here. So tena brahma karma samadhina, by that person who has attained that state of samadhi, brahma gantavyam. So gantavyam will be the kriyapadam in this last part. Brahma will be the karma padam because gantavyam is in karmani prayoga. So the brahma will be the karma padam. Brahma karma samadhina will be the kartrupadam. Tena brahma karma samadhina, by him who has attained this samadhi state. By him, the brahma will be achieved. The moksham, he will attain moksham. He will attain paramatma. So here 3 sentences we can write. The first one is Arpanam Brahma asti. Brahmagnau Brahmana hutam havihi api Brahma asti. Brahma karma samadhina tena, by him who has attained this samadhi state through his karmas, which are also again Paramatma Rupam, he will attain Brahma. Brahma eva gantavyam. So that will be the meaning here. So here every karma basically should be looked upon as Paramatma. And that kind of ekagrata is needed. Otherwise, we will not be able to see Paramatma in everything. Yesterday we were discussing about Sat, Chit and Anandam. So in everything, these 3 will be the same. These three factors will be the same, which indicates Brahma. The other two, the Rupam and the Nama, will change. That doesn't matter. Here you are calling it as Arpanam or Darvi or Srug, Agni. Like this, the names and the forms of these might change depending on where you are using them or what. But what it is inside, the main element is still the same, which is nothing other than the Brahma. So in everything, we should have that kind of vision. So then we will be able to become immune to our emotions. Because if we see Paramatma in everything, then we don't look at things like, I like to do this, I don't like to do that. Because whether you like it or not, if you are looking at, I'm doing this for Paramatma, then there is no point of not liking to do it. Even when we are eating something, if we look at it as Paramatma or Yajna Shishtam, whatever is left out of offering the Paramatma, so then we don't look at it as like, I don't like to eat this or I like to eat this. Because we are looking at it as prasadam, we take it. So we will become immune to our indriyas. The indriyas will no longer have power. We have brought them under control. How? With this ekagrata. And what is this ekagrata? Looking at everything and understanding that there is Paramatma in it. It is nothing other than Paramatma. Only the Rupam and the Nama will change, but inside it is Paramatma only. Understanding that, if we understand that, then everything will become a yaga. Everything that we do will become a yaga, and everything that we take also will be prasadam. Okay. So then we have samasa. Brahma karma samadhina. Brahma eva karma. Brahma karma. Okay, so these are all sat karmas. If you consider the karmas that we are doing as Brahma, then we don't do bad karmas. We only do sat karmas, right? So Brahma eva karma, Brahma karma. This is avadharana purvapada karmakaraya samasa. Brahma karmani samadhihi yasya saha. So he who has attained samadhi in the Brahma karmas itself. So that is bahuvrihi. And tena will be the vibhakti of the word samadhina. And using that as the tool, he will attain Brahma. So Brahma karmani, Brahma karmalandu samadhi pondatam. Samadhihi yasya saha. So he who has attained samadhi in these Brahma karmas means attaining samadhi in the Brahma karmas means performing every action, every karma with the Paramatma, thinking only of Paramatma, offering it to Paramatma in the name of Paramatma. Then that focus or ekagrata is there. Because you are considering and looking at everything as Paramatma, that ekagrata is there. So when you attain that ekagrata, then we can say that that person has attained samadhi. So that is bahuvrihi. Brahmagnau. Brahma eva agnihi. Tasmin. So Brahmagni is the actual shabda. Here it is in Saptami. So Brahmagnau. Again, avadharana purvapada karmadharana samadhi. Mahodaya?
Mahoday?
You are asking something or saying something?
No, I did not say anything, madam.
Okay. I thought I heard some sound. Okay.
No, madam. No.
Anantaram arpanam. So here it is ru dhatu, nich pratyayam, and then lyut pratyayam. Arpyate anena iti arpanam. Srugadi. Here karane is given. We have seen kartari, karmani, bhave. These three we see more commonly with the kriya dhatus, right? Here karane means with which something is offered. Here arpyate anena. Anena means it is like tena, etena, like idam shabdasya tritiya vibhakti, ekavachana rupam. So with which it is offered. With which it is offered means what do you use to offer something? Darvi kind of thing. Here in the yaga context, in yajna context, we use the word srug or arpanam or juhu. So here the karana meaning of that word is being reflected. It is not indicating the karta. It is not indicating the karma. Even dhatvartha is not there more. It is more of used to offer. This is used to offer. Okay. In that sense, it is used. So karane is given in the brackets. Then we have hutam. Hu dhatoho ksa pratyayam. Hu dhatu means sacrifice, like to offer, like whatever you offer in the Agni is being consumed. So that is called hutam. Gantavyam gam dhatoho tavyat pratyayam. This is also in karmani. Gantavyam. Okay.
ఇక్కడ అర్పణం అంటే ఇక్కడ నిక్కి ఎలా అయింది
Here, arpanam ante the object that is used to offer, object with which you offer. Ante ippudu meeru when you are doing a homa, you offer ghee into the yagagni, right? What do you use? We are given a very big wooden thing, right? With which you take the ghee and offer. That is called arpanam here. It is not that which you offer. It is not the ghee. Here arpanam means samarpana sadhanam. The sadhana that you use.
నిత్య అంటే ఇప్పుడు నిత్య ప్రేరణాత్మకంలో వస్తుంది కదా అది.
అందుకే కదా ఇక్కడ నిత్య ప్రత్యయం ఇచ్చాడు. రు ధాతోహో నిత్య ప్రత్యయం అనంతరం ల్యుట్ ప్రత్యయం. That which samarpana sadhanam. This is the sadhana which is used to offer whatever you are offering into the yaga. And that is why that karane word is used. Arpyate, arpayati, right? Arpayati means making like that. Arpanam. This is the lut form. Arpayati is the regular lakara.
అంటే నిచ్చికి లుట్టు చేర్చడం మూలంగా అర్పణం అయింది.
కరెక్ట్. So here, one second.
ఇక్కడ అస్థి అధ్యాహారం చేసుకున్నాం కదా. అధ్యాహారం ఇక్కడ అర్పణం బ్రహ్మ అస్థి అని వాడచ్చా మామూలుగా?
Arpanam Brahma Asti. So Arpanam itself, we are everything that is used in the yaga, the sthala, the bricks that you use, the wood that you use, samidha antar kada, that samidha that you use, everything you consider as Brahma. Here they have given only a few things. But the understanding is everything that you use in the yaga, in everything that you see, not only when you are doing a yaga, even outside also, whatever you do, whatever you see Brahma. If you look at everything as Brahma and do, then everything will become a yaga. Everything will become a yajna. In the next shlokas, that is what will be given. So what kind of yajnas are there? What all can be considered as yajnas? When they can be considered as yajnas? And by performing these yajnas, how can one achieve moksha? That will be given in the following shlokas. So here first we are starting with the actual yajna. This is like a dravya yajna, where you are actually sitting and offering dravyas into the yajna. This is a dravya yajna. But other than dravya yajna, there are other yajnas also. What are those? That in the subsequent shlokas we will be told. So here first we started off with the dravya yajna, and in this also we see everything as Brahma. So here atra yat samarpana sadhanam vartate. I am reading the tatparyam. Tat Brahma. Yat samarpana sadhanam vartate. The samarpana sadhanam that is there, that we are considering as Brahma. Tat Brahma. Yaha agnihi tat Brahma. The agni that is there in that yaga agni, that is also Brahma. Yaha yajamanaha tat Brahma. Yajamanaha means he who is performing the yaga. He also is Brahma. Yat tena hutam ajyadi tadapi Brahma. Yat means that which is given by him. Tena hutam. Whatever is offered by him, that also. What will be offered? Ajyam. Ajyam istam kada yajnam loki. Ajyadi. So ajyam and other things that are offered into the yajna, tadapi brahma. Yat samarpanam tadapi brahma. समर्पण साधनमपि ब्रह्म समर्पणमपि ब्रह्म तत् अवहितेन पुरुषेण प्राप्तव्यम् अपि ब्रह्म एव. So that which is understood by a person, that everything means by looking at everything as Brahma, he who is able to look at everything as Brahma, what he obtains at the end is also Brahma, means moksham. Evam sarvam khalu idam Brahma na tat iti riktam kinchidapi vastu iha vartate. Atiriktam. Tat. Na tat atiriktam kinchidapi vastu iha vartate. So there is nothing else which is not Parabrahma. And in the Madhva Matam, Yajne Kriyamane Sati Tat Sadhanani Haviradini Brahmadini Ahamapi means the Jivaha api. Tadadhinaha iti yaha chintayati tadrashaha bhagavat bhaktaha moksham apnoti. So in the yajna, whatever are being used, tat sadhanani, havihi, and as such, haviradini means havihi and all such things, brahmadhinani, ahamapi, and including myself, everything means the jiva. Everything is Brahma. He who is able to think in that way, he who is able to see Paramatma in everything, Tadrishaha Bhagavat Bhaktaha Moksham Apnoti. Again in the Ramanujiya Matam, Brahmarpanam. Idam Ekam Padam, Srugadi. Again, Srugadi means Srug and such things. Means again Sadhanani, which are used to offer. Brahma karma samadhihi. Sarvam karma brahmatmakatvat brahmamayam iti yaha samadhatte saha. So he who considers or takes or understands as whatever all the karmas that he does is brahmatmakatvat, offered to Brahma and in the name of Brahma. And everything is in Brahmamayam. He who thinks in that way, whatever he is achieving, that is called samadhi, that ekagrata. Look, being able to perceive Paramatma in everything, that is ekagrata, that is samadhi. Okay, brahmaiva gantavyam atmaswarupameva avalokaniyam. So this atmaswarupam is nothing other than the Brahma, or it will finally attain Brahmatma, Paramatma. So that is the Ramanujiya Matam. In everywhere, that is what is being told. We have to see Parabrahma in everything. So then your karmas also will get purified. When you are looking at it, when you are offering something, like say for example, a Kshatriya will kill the enemy. But killing is not a good karma. But in whose name is he doing it? In the name of Paramatma. He is only doing it as a duty. Simply saying the name of Paramatma and killing somebody is right. That is not what is being told here. What is being told is we should not have any kind of enmity in our duty or favor. We should not favor anybody. We should not do any misfavors to anybody. But we should do whatever good or bad that we are doing. It has to be neutral. And only because it is our duty we have to do. And in the name of Paramatma we have to do. Then that karma will become Satkarma. That karma is considered as Brahma. And because we are doing it in the name of Parabrahma, we are offering it to Parabrahma. So then we will, that bad, even though it is a bad karma, it will not touch us. Like a Kshatriya killing his enemy and, a king punishing criminals. Like if somebody does some theft, he will be punished. So he will get some, Korada Debbalu, or he will be put in the prison, or some kind of punishment will be given. But that should not be given with any kind of dvesham or irshya or anything. It has to be given as per the crime that he has done. So the person who implements that punishment also will not get any sin, because he is not doing out of any revenge or anything. He is doing only his duty. And that duty, how does one decide what is that duty? Dharma. We have to follow the dharma. So a king will follow the dharma. Accordingly, he will give the punishment. And the person who is working for the king, who is implementing this punishment also, is doing his duty. So in that way, if we always gauge what we are doing, whether it is our duty or not, are we doing it, for our own benefit or to punish others or because we are jealous of them? Such things, if we constantly question ourselves, see, this I have to do in the name of God. So then automatically, if you have any kind of enmity towards somebody, and if you are trying to do something, something less for them because you don't like them, then that will be like a reminder. If you are thinking, I'm doing this in the name of Paramatma, so I cannot show partiality. I should not do this. I have to do the best in my capability. Even if I don't like that person, I should not stop him from getting what he deserves. So that kind of thinking will develop slowly. So then our actions will be purified. And even sometimes we come across people whom we like very much, but we have to, be strict. Like we have some relatives who have a problem. Okay, we like them very much, and they have two relatives are there who have something going on between them. They approach us for some help. We like one person more than the other. So even then, we should not show that favor to this person that we like, even though he is doing wrong. What he's doing is wrong, but we cannot show or be partial to him just because we like him. So then again, we should think, whatever I do, the karmas that I do are considered as Paramatma. So I have to be fair. I should not let my emotions interact with my karmas. So then that if we are constantly reminding ourselves of all this, that is the ekagrata. Means you are controlling your emotions. Emotions again are given in by the indriyas. So manas, and then manas is again controlled with the indriyas. So all this are related. So once we gain this control, that ekagrata, then slowly we will get used to looking at everything as Parabrahma. It becomes easy. We will become immune to our all emotions and the temptations. So that is here, and here going forward, we'll see how the different kinds of yajnas are there and all that. Okay. Alivelu Bagni.
दैवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिनः पर्युपासते ब्रह्माज्ञावपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति दैवम् एव अपरे यज्ञं योगिनः पर्युपासते ब्रह्माग्नौ अपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेन एव उपजुह्वति दैवम् अकारान्त पुंलिंग द्वितीय एकवचनम् एव अव्ययम् अपरे अपि अव्ययम् अपरे अव्ययमे यज्ञम् अकारान्त पुंलिंग द्वितीय एकवचनम् योगिनः योगी इकारान्त पुंलिंग द्वितीय बहुवचनम् पर्युपासते परि उपासते
योगिनः
योगिनः
प्रथमा
बहुवचनं क्षम्यतां प्रथमा बहुवचनम् ओके परि उपासते आत्मनेपदी उपासते
परि उपसर्गास आस धातु
ओके परि उप आस धातु आत्मनेपदी प्रथम पुरुष एकवचनम् लट्लकार प्रथम पुरुष एकवचनम् ब्रह्माग्नौ सप्तमी एकवचनम् ब्रह्माग्नि इकारान्त पुंलिंग सप्तमी एकवचनम् एव.
So parupasate, asate is bahuvachanam actually, aste is ekavachanam. Here the as dhatu, aste, asate, asate. So asate is actually bahuvachanam, aste will be ekavachanam. So paryupasate, bahuvachanam eva.
Okay. Aste, asate, asate. Bahuvachanam. Okay. Brahmagno. Brahmagni ikaranta pumlinga saptame ekavachanam. Eva avyayam apare. Apare.
Apara.
Aparam. Apara శబ్దం సప్తమే ఏకవచనం. నపుంసకలింగమా పుంలింగమా?
Pumlingam.
పుంలింగమేవ. ఓకే. యజ్ఞం. యజ్ఞ అకారాంత పుంలింగ ద్వితీయ ఏకవచనం. అపరే యజ్ఞం. యజ్ఞేన. యజ్ఞేన అకారాంత పుంలింగ తృతీయ ఏకవచనం. ఏవ అవ్యయం ఉపజుహ్వతి. ఉపసర్గం జుహ్వు. జుహు దాత.
Who dhatu.
హూ ధాతు.
Who dhatu, upasarga, who dhatu, latlakara, prathama purusha, bahuvachana.
లట్లకార ప్రథమ పురుష ఏకవచనం కదా. జుహ్వతి బహువచనం. జుహ్వతి బహువచనం.
Here apara also, one second, apara,
bahuvachanam.
That also is bahuvachanam. Here we have two forms. Apare is also there. Apara is there. Aparaha is also there in bahuvachanam. Apare is also there in bahuvachanam. Apare is also is saptami, but here we have to take it as bahuvachanam only because it is indicating about other people. Apare. Yoginaha. Apare yoginaha. So yoginaha is bahuvachanam, means the yogis, and apare yoginaha means other yogis, like that. In that context, we have to take it as prathama bahuvachanam only.
పదార్థః. అపరే అన్యే యోగినః కర్మిణః దైవం ఏవ దేవ సంబంధినం ఏవ యజ్ఞం యాగం పర్యుపాసతే ఆచరంతి. అపరే అన్యే బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ పరమాత్మ రూపే జ్వలనే యజ్ఞేన ఏవ ఆత్మనా ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఆత్మానం ఉపజుహ్వతి సమర్పయంతి. అన్వయః. అపరే యోగినః దైవం ఏవ యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే. అపరే బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ యజ్ఞేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి. ఆకాంక్ష. పర్యుపాసతే. కం పర్యుపాసతే? యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే. కీదృశం యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే? దైవం యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే. కే దైవం యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే? యోగినః దైవం యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే. కే యోగినః దైవం యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే? అపరే యోగినః దైవం యజ్ఞం పర్యుపాసతే. ఉపజుహ్వతి. కం ఉపజుహ్వతి? యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి. కేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి? యజ్ఞేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి. కస్మిన్ యజ్ఞేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి? బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ యజ్ఞేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి. కే బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ యజ్ఞేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి? అపరే బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ యజ్ఞేన ఏవ యజ్ఞం ఉపజుహ్వతి. తాత్పర్యం. కర్మయోగినః దేవ సంబంధినం యజ్ఞం కుర్వంతి. జ్ఞానయోగినః తు పరబ్రహ్మ రూపాగ్నౌ ఆత్మనా ఏవ ఆత్మానం జుహ్వతి. మాధ్వమతం. కేచన యోగినః పరమాత్మనః పూజాం యజ్ఞరూపేణ కుర్వంతి. కేచన యోగినః బ్రహ్మరూపే అగ్నౌ అగ్నిహోత్రాదీని కుర్వంతః తదధీనం యజ్ఞం తస్మై ఏవ అర్పయంతి. వ్యాకరణం. సంధిః. బ్రహ్మాగ్నౌ అపరే యాంతావాంతదేశ సంధిః. యజ్ఞేనైవోపజుహ్వతి. యజ్ఞేన ఏవ వృద్ధి సంధిః. యజ్ఞేనైవ ఉపజుహ్వతి గుణసంధి. తద్ధితాంతః. దైవం దేవ అన్ ఇతమర్థే దేవస్య అయం తం.
అత్ర క్రియాపదాన్ని కాని
పర్యుపాసతే ఉపజుహ్వతి.
పర్యుపాసతే. అత్ర కర్తృపదం
యోగినః.
योगिनः. कीदृशः योगिनः? अपरे योगिनः. So apare will be visheshana to yoginah. Yoginah is kartrupadam. Karmapadam kim?
యజ్ఞం.
Yajnam. Daivam will be visheshana to yajnam. Daivam yajnam apare yoginah paryupasate.
పర్యుపాసతే.
So apare yoginah daivameva yajnam. paryupasate. So they will be performing yagas. They will be performing yagas to different devatas, like Lakshmi Devi or Saraswati or Ganesha or Shiva. Like this, they will be performing yajnams to several devatas depending on what kind of desire they have, what kind of phalakanksha they have, they will be doing. So they are not able to see Paramatma in each of them. So they are looking at them as a separate entity from the Paramatma. So that is why they are performing yaga for that particular deity. And then apare means other yoginaha, other yogis, brahmagnau yajnena eva yajnam upajuhvati. And these other yogis are able to see Parabrahma in everything, and they are performing yajnas to Paramatma. So it is in how you look at things, whether we are able to see Paramatma in everything or we are looking at everything as different entities. Paramatma is there, he is somewhere there. But here, this is Goddess Lakshmi. I will worship her for good fortune. This is Ganesha. I will worship him for everything to go smoothly, like this. So, so most of the people, they are able to see Paramatma separately and other deities separately. But then there are these other people who are on the Jnana Marga, who are able to see Paramatma in everything. So the way they perform their yagas is different because they are considering it as everything, like how in the previous shloka it was explained, in everything they are able to see Parabrahma. So because of this first kind of people, whatever they do, they are in the Karma Marga. They are in the Karma Marga. And the second category of people can be considered as they are in the Jnana Marga. Okay? Though the Karma Marga and Jnana Marga eventually lead to the same thing, and they are one and the same, which will be explained again in the next Adhyaya. Even Karma Margam also can be considered, like you can attain moksha Karma Margam only. It doesn't have to be that everybody who is in the Karma Marga has to also go to Jnana Marga. Within the Karma Marga also, depending on how you look at things, you can still attain moksha. But here, right now, at this point, who are still unable to see Paramatma in everything are considered to be in the Karma Marga, and they will still obtain Phalitam, good or bad. Why? Because they are still not able to see Paramatma in everything. Only when they are able to see Paramatma in everything, the karmas will not touch them. As long as they are seeing things differently. So I am worshipping Goddess Lakshmi for some fortune. So there is that akanksha still there. Phalakanksha is still there. So because of that akanksha, they will get phalitam. And because of the phalitam, they will not get moksha. They will get punarjanma to experience whatever they have gathered in this janma. So that is how here this particular shloka is distinguishing between the Karma Marga and the Jnana Marga. And Paryupasate, so apare yoginaha daivam yajnameva paryupasate upajuhvati brahmagnau. Apare means others again. Others brahmagnau yajnam yajnena upajuhvati. So here in this second part are the people who are like described in the previous shloka. They are looking at everything as Paramatma, as Brahma. So in the Brahmagni, what are they giving? Yajnena. With the yajna that they are performing, yajnam upajuhvati. They are offering everything. Apare brahmagnau yajnena eva yajnam upajuhvati. So in the Tatparyam, karma yoginaha deva sambandhinam yajnam kurvanti. Jnana yoginaha tu parabrahma rupagnau atmana eva atmanam juhvati. So they are offering themselves. Atmana eva. Again, with what? Because everything here is Paramatma. Whatever they are offering, with whatever they are offering, everything is that Atma. Here Atma also can be taken as Paramatma. So with the Atma, for the Atma, they are offering everything and they are attaining moksha. So in Madhvamatam, Kechana Yoginaha Paramatmanaha Pujam Yajna Rupena Kurvanti. Paramatmanaha Pujam Yajna Rupena Kurvanti. केचन योगिनः ब्रह्मरूपे अग्नौ अग्निहोत्रादीनि कुर्वन्तः तदधीनं यज्ञं तस्मै एव अर्पयन्ति. So here these first set of people also know Paramatma. They are worshipping, but still there is a little difference. They are unable to identify or put together completely. They are still seeing that slight difference between Paramatma and the other deities. So because of that, they are still accruing karmas, karma phalitam. And because of the karma phalitam, they cannot attain the moksha yet. Only when they look everything and whatever they are offering also completely to the Paramatma, considering themselves as also as Brahma, offering with their sharira if they are doing, right? So Atmana, Atmanam. If they offer, then they will attain the Parabrahma. So here Tadhittanta we have Daivam. So Deva and Anpratyayam, Idamarthe. So in Tadhittanta we know that there are in several kinds, right? So Apatyarthe, Bhavarthe, like that we have. Here it is Idamarthe, means in the same sense. So Devam or Daivam, it is still the same, but because it is derived, we means everything that belongs to Deva, of that of the Deva. So Daivam it will become. Devasya ayam tam. Any questions here? In the second part of the sentence, Upajuhvati is the Kriyapadam, Apare will be the Kartrupadam, Yajnam will be the Karmapadam, Yajnena will be the Karanam. With the Yajna, they are performing the Yaga by offering into the Brahmagnav. So Brahmagnav will be Adhikaranam. Vishayadhikaranam we can say. Okay. So the next one, Mahodaya Ravishankar Mahodaya, Patitum Ichchati va?
आम् महोदय पठामि श्रूयते वा
श्रूयते
श्रोत्रादीनिन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयानन्य इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति श्रोत्रादि इकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गः द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन
आदिन् श्रोत्रादिन्
आदिन्
नकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग
नकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियाणि इकारान्त इन्द्रियं मकारान्त नपुंसकलिङ्ग द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन अन्ये अकारान्त सर्वनाम शब्दः प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन संयमाग्निषु संयमाग्नि इकारान्त पुल्लिंग शब्दः सप्तमी विभक्ति बहुवचन जुह्वति हु धातु लट्लकार कर्तरि
प्रथम पुरुष बहुवचन
शब्दादीन् ईकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन विषयान् अकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन अन्य अकारान्तः सर्वनाम शब्दः प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन इन्द्रियाग्निषु इन्द्रियाग्नि इकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः सप्तमी विभक्ति बहुवचन जुह्वति हु धातुः लट्लकार कर्तरि बहुवचन
प्रथम विभक्ति प्रथम पुरुष बहुवचन
पदार्थः अन्ये इतरे श्रोत्रादीनि श्रोत्रप्रभृतीनि इन्द्रियाणि ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु नियमवह्निषु जुह्वति प्रक्षिपन्ति अन्ये अपरे शब्दप्रभृतीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु इन्द्रियरूपवह्निषु जुह्वति प्राक्षिपन्ति। अन्वयः अन्ये श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति अन्ये शब्दादीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति। आकांक्षा जुह्वति केषु जुह्वति इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति। कान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति। किमादीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति। के शब्दादीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति अन्ये शब्दादीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति। पुनः जुह्वति केषु जुह्वति संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति। कानि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति इन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति। इमादीनि इन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति। के श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति अन्ये श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति। तात्पर्यं केचन योगिनः श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि स्वाधीनतारूपाग्नौ जुह्वति अर्थात् विषयेभ्यः विमुखीकृत्य इन्द्रियाणि वशीकुर्वन्ति। अन्ये केचन योगिनः शब्दादीन् विषयान् इन्द्रियरूपाग्नौ जुह्वति अर्थात् रागद्वेषरहितेन्द्रियैः विषयाणां ग्रहणं कुर्वन्तः तान् भस्मीकुर्वन्ति। माधवमतं केचन
भगवत्पूजात्वेन
श्रोत्रादीन्द्रियाणां निग्रहं कुर्वन्ति। केचन तत्पूजात्वेन अनिषिद्ध विषयान् इन्द्रियैः भुञ्जते। व्याकरणं सन्धिः श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि इन्द्रियाण्यन्ये इन्द्रियाणि अन्ये ज्ञानसन्धिः अन्य इन्द्रियाग्निषु यान्तवान्तादेशसन्धि यलोपः प्रकृतिभावः। समासः श्रोत्रादीन् श्रोत्रम् आदिः येषां ते तान् बहुव्रीहिः शब्दादीन् शब्दः आदिः येषां ते तान् बहुव्रीहिः संयमाग्निषु संयमाः एव अग्नयः तेषु कर्मधारयः इन्द्रियाग्निषु इन्द्रियाणि एव अग्नयः तेषु कर्मधारयः।
सो अत्र क्रियापदानि कानि
जुह्वति द्विवारम् आगच्छति।
ओके जुह्वति। सो प्रथमवाक्ये जुह्वति अत्र कर्तृपदं किम्
विषयान् न कर्म भवति इन्द्रियादिषु।
प्रथमवाक्ये अन्वयं
अन्ये शब्दादि
अन्ये कर्तृपदम् अन्ये
भवति।
कानि जुह्वति
विषयान्
इन्द्रियाणि विषयान् द्वितीयवाक्ये अस्ति। विषयान् द्वितीयवाक्ये अस्ति। प्रथमवाक्ये अन्ये इन्द्रियाणि जुह्वति संयम अग्निषु जुह्वति। सो इन्द्रियाणि कर्मपदं संयम अग्निषु अधिकरणं विषयाधिकरणं भवितुम् अर्हति। कीदृशानि इन्द्रियाणि श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि। सो श्रोत्रादि इस् विशेषण टु इन्द्रियाणि विल् बि कर्मपदं अन्ये विल् बि कर्तृपदं संयम अग्निषु विल् बि अधिकरणम्. And again in the second part, anye means another set of people. Vishayan indriyagnishu juhvati. So these other people, what do they do? Vishayan. Kidrishan vishayan, shabdadin vishayan, indriya agnishu juhvati. So that is the second part of the sentence. So now here we will, what is Sanyama Agni? What is Indriya Agni? This question we will get. So like like we were discussing earlier, the yajnas are also, there are many kinds of yajnas. Dravya yajnas are there and other kinds of yajnas are there. So jnana yajnas are the best out of all, but not everybody will be able to do jnana yajnas. So what about their position? How will they attain moksha, or how will they be even come on to the jnana marga because they already don't know how to perform jnana yajnas? So for that we have to look or understand this shloka for that reason. So Tattva Jnanam, first we have to understand or obtain Tattva Jnanam. So what do these sadhakas who want to achieve Tattva Jnanam do? Jnanendriyaha and Karmendriyaha, they offer to Sanyama. Okay, to perform yajna. That is their yajna. They are offering their Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas in the Sanyama, and that is a kind of yajna. And what is Sanyama?
Getting hold of
if we go to this Ashta Yogangaha, we have 8 Yogangas. In that, Sanyama is one. And again, in the Sanyama is not one actually. In the Ashtangas, we have the last 3 are Dharana, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. The last 3 together are called Sanyama. Dharana, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. These last 3 are called Sanyamam. Okay? This is a Yoga Sutram. Trayamekatra Sanyama. All these 3 together are called Sanyama. That is a Yoga Sutram. What is Dharana? What is Dharana? This Yogangas, what they tell us is about how to control our Indriyas and the Manas and the Buddhi and all. And finally, how to achieve Samadhi. So here, this Dharana means where we all know that Manas is very chanchalam. It always is wandering here and there. So Dharana is the Abhyasa where you try to bring Manas under control without letting it go outside. At least we are bringing it inside without wandering about the outside Vishayas. We are trying to make it focus or bring it in first, bring it inside. Inside our mind. So Manas, it has to be brought inside again with a lot of practice, with a lot of abhyasam. So that will become sthira. At least it will stay inside. Whether it is behaving productively or not after coming inside, that is the second part. But our job is in the dharana to bring it inside, to bring it inside, to bring it inside. So whenever it is wandering about things about others, we have to bring it inside. Okay, don't worry about somebody else, what they are doing in their house. You focus on what you have to do. Like that, we can bring it inside. Once it is brought inside, then dhyanam. We have to start doing dhyanam. So dhyanam is, we have to make it focus on something good. Paramatma if possible, but if staying focused on Paramatma is still becoming difficult, at least stay focused on something that is good. Like recite some stotram, focus on some good productive thing like helping others, teaching somebody something good. If the manas is not able to focus on Paramatma completely, then we have to keep it focused on some good karmas. That
some
is
idols also.
Some idols also is fine. Yes. So the dhyanam. So here we are doing the abhyasa to make the manas obtain the ekagrata on the Paramatma, but it still it is not there completely on the Paramatma all the time. Sometimes it is on Paramatma, sometimes it is on something else, sometimes it is on something else, but mostly it is focusing on the good stuff. Maybe not completely on the Paramatma. That is dhyanam. So this abhyasa should continue until when? Until samadhi is attained. And what is samadhi? The complete, like how we discussed previously, complete focus, complete ekagrata on Paramatma and nothing else. Then we can say that samadhi is obtained. It is a siddhi. It is a yoga siddhi. So this is not easy to obtain. There are very, very few people who have attained samadhi, right? So it is not very easy for people like us. So sanyamaha is when all these 3 together are considered as sanyama. So in this sanyama, what are the sadhakas doing? they are offering their jnanendriyas and karmendriyas into this sanyama, and that itself is considered as a yajna.
Yeah.
Even if you are in the dharana position, you are focusing on all your jnanendriyas and karmendriyas to bring the manas under, at least for firstly inside. Okay, without wandering outside, you are bringing it in. Means you are prohibiting it from thinking unnecessary things. That itself is can be considered as dharana. Then making it focus on something useful is the second step, which is dhyanam. In each of these steps, we can consider that the sadhaka is doing yajna by offering his jnanendriyas and karmendriyas into this sanyama. Sanyama means...
As havis.
Yes.
As havis.
Correct, as havis. So these three steps together are called sanyama. So on any step that you can still consider that we are offering our jnanendriyas and karmendriyas into this yaga, and we are offering these as havis, like you said, into this sanyama. So sanyama, but the final ultimate goal is to obtain the complete control of the manas, means samadhi. But like I said, again, it is not simple. So how it is brought, like the buddhi controls the manas. So the buddhi also should be controlled. This kind of indriya nigraham is known as pratyaharam. When manas is brought into control, means manas is nothing other but which controls the indriyas. So indirectly, we have to control the indriyas through the manas. So this indriya nigraham is called pratyaharam. Indriya nigraham is called pratyaharam. And how the indriya nigraham can be attained, we studied in the 23rd shloka, I think. In the 23rd shloka of the third chapter, I think. 23rd shloka of the third or fourth, we have studied how the indriya nigraham can be obtained. We have studied in the previous shlokas. I don't remember the number, but we have a shloka where exactly how the indriya nigraham can be controlled.
Okay.
1 second. 20. So here what we have is, and how the sanyama can be obtained in this first line of the shloka, Shrotradini Indriyani Anye Sanyamagnishu Juhvati. So that is what this first line means. Shrotradini Indriyani. We have these indriyas, right? Shrotrendriyam, what is the other? Granendriyam, and Chakshurindriyam. All these are there. Through these indriyas, Sanyama Agnishu Juhvati, Anye. A certain group of... they are offering in this Sanyama Agni all these indriyas. That is what we have discussed so far. To understand what Sanyama is, I explained this Dharana, Dhyanam and Samadhi. So that is how we offer our indriyas into the Sanyama Agni. Okay, and that is how we are performing our yaga. And then the second part is that will tell us about Shabdadin Vishayan Anye Indriyagnishu Juhvati. So since this part, attaining some samadhi is not a small thing. So for a common people like us, attaining samadhi is difficult. So what can we do? We have to, through our indriyas, we have to take only the good vishayas. So when somebody is gossiping, we have to shut down. No, I don't want to listen this. So we have to come out of that conversation. Deliberately we can come out. We shouldn't have to feel any kind of delicacy. What will they think if I say I don't want to listen to this gossip? We need not think all that. So we have to come out. Sometimes people force us to speak harshly. We don't have to do that. Sometimes people will force us to see certain bad things. We don't have to do that. So through our indriyas, if we do only the good vishayas, we use our indriyas only to do the good vishayas, that itself is a yajna of a common man. Because we are still not at the point where we can attain samadhi, that kind of control completely, that abhyasa will be going on in the background. We have to have that in our mind and focus on doing that abhyasa. But while we are still working on it, since we since we are not yet there, in the meantime, how can we practice? How can we control our indriyas? By first controlling them only to do the good, focus only on the good vishayaha. Okay, so that will be, that can also be considered as yajna in itself. So the manas, which will receive all this matter through the indriyas, the manas also will be purified. The manas also will be purified because you are feeding it only the good stuff through the indriyas. You are talking only the good words. You are listening only to good things. You are seeing only good happening. All this. So you are automatically, the manas is receiving only good, good, good. So your mind will be also purified. So this is the kind of yajna that is explained in the second part. Shabdadin vishayan anye indriyagnishu juhvati. So then the indriyas are considered as the agni because you are using them to burn all the bad things that are coming to them.
Yes.
Whenever a bad word is coming to your shrotrendriyam, you are burning it there itself. You are not letting it go till your manas. So in this indriyagnishu, you are burning all the bad stuff and only offering the good stuff. And through that, your manas is getting purified. And slowly in this way, we can practice to achieve jnanam. And this kind of yajna, if we are able to do very religiously, very purely, very consistently, it is far, far, far better than the dravya yajnas that we do. Dravya yajna, where you actually, the pujas, the yagas, the way where we use actual dravyas. This kind of indriya yajna is far better than the dravya yajna. Okay, so once you reach that position where you are able to do the indriya yajna very consistently and effectively, you can even stop doing the dravya yajnas. But most of us, we think, okay, I am very good at indriya yajna, let me stop doing the dravya yajna without reaching that level. So
we stop that and don't do this also.
Exactly. So we'll end up not doing both.
Anything.
So we have to continue doing our daily things, daily good routine. But until we achieve complete that indriya yajna, proficiency in doing the indriya yajna, until then, we have to continue doing this. So we should not take this as an excuse to stop doing the dravya yajna.
Yeah, dravya
Yajna is like the daily rituals, the pujas, the stotra patana, all these. Stotra patana is also considered as indriya yajna.
Yes.
Because you are reciting the same thing. And even in the manas, see, some people, they simply keep reciting, but they are thinking of something. What is happening in the kitchen? What is happening in the garden? So without doing that, we have to focus only on that. And since learning Samskritam will help us understand the words better. Now, for many people, without understanding when they recite, they simply recite and the mind gets a reason to wander. Because it is not able to understand, there is no connection between the mind and vak.
Yes.
We are reciting something, but the mind is wandering. Why? Because even if it focuses, it is unable to understand the words. But for us, we don't have that excuse. Because we are learning Sanskritam, we can understand the words that we are reciting. And so we can focus on the meaning. While we are reciting, we can focus on the meaning. So the mind also stays focused without wandering. So that is how we can use all this. So this is what this shloka says. The first line is talking about people who are achieving sanyama and offering the jnanendriyas and the karmendriyas in this sanyama agni to perform that yaga. Whereas common people like us, since it is difficult for us to attain sanyama, we can offer indriyas, shabdadin vishayan, we can offer into this indriya agni to perform or to purify our mind. That is the meaning of this shloka. And then here we have in the Tatparyam, Kechana yoginaha shrotradini indriyani swadhinata rupagnav jukvati. See, swadhinata means bringing under control. Arthat vishayebhyaha vimukhi indriyani vashīkurvanti. So by deliberately losing interest in things that are not important, they are focusing or controlling their indriyas. Indriyani vashīkurvanti. Anye kechana yoginaha shabdadin vishayan indriya rupagnav जुह्वति अर्थात् रागद्वेषरहितेन्द्रियैः विषयाणां ग्रहणं कुर्वन्तः तान् भस्मीकुर्वन्ति. So this ragadveshadi rahita indriyaihi. So the indriyas should be free of this ragadveshas, and through then those only we have to vishayanam grahanam kartavyam karaniyam. Okay, through that they are able to burn out all the bad and purify their manas. So in Madhva Matam, kechana bhagavat pujatvena shrotraadin indriyanam nigraham kurvanti. Kechana tat pujatvena anishidha vishayan indriyaihi bhunjate. Okay, so basically the meaning of this shloka is we have to pure our mind. If we have very good ekagrata, we can try for sanyama. If we are still not there yet, we can keep trying, but in the meantime we can also do this indriya yajna, offering the vishayan, shabdadin vishayan indriyagnishu juhvati. The shabdadin vishayan means burning all the bad things and only offering the pure vishayan. With the pure vishayan we are performing this yaga.
Yes.
Okay, so the next shloka. धन्यवादः. लक्ष्मी नारायण महोदय पठितुम् इच्छति वा?
पठामि महोदय.
Bhagini, number please.
We are on page number 219. We are going to start the 27th shloka. One second, Mahodaya, before you start reading, I will Shrotradin. The samasa words I simply want to read out. Shrotradin, Shrotram Adihi, Yesham Te. Okay, so those that have the Shrotradin, Bahuvrihi samasa. Shabdadin, Shabdaha Adihi, Yesham Te. Means all the Shabda, Shabda and the other Indriyas put together. Shabda and such things put together. And Sanyamagnishu, Sanyamaha eva agnayaha teshu, in that. So the Sanyama itself is considered as the Agni. Indriyagnishu, Indriyani eva agnayaha. So the Indriyas itself are considered as Agni, and we are offering only the good Vishayan to this Indriyagni, through which our manas will be purified. All these last two are Karmadharaya, the first two are Bahuvrihi. Okay, Mahodaya.
सर्वाणि इंद्रिय कर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि चापरे आत्मसंयम योगाग्नौ जुह्वति ज्ञानदीपिते. पदार्थः अपरे अन्ये सर्वाणि सकलानि इंद्रियकर्माणि इंद्रियव्यापारान् प्राणकर्माणि च प्राणव्यापारान् च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मज्ञान प्रज्वालिते आत्मसंयम योगाग्नौ चित्तनियंत्रण रूप प्रयोगवाग्नौ वह्नौ जुह्वति प्रक्षिपन्ति.
So here, can you also say the Padaparishayam? So first Sarvani is Sarva Shabda.
सर्वाणि सर्व नपुंसकलिंग. द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन. इंद्रिय कर्माणि also नपुंसकलिंग. इंद्रिय कर्मन् द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन. प्राणकर्माणि प्राणकर्मन् नपुंसकलिंग द्वितीया विभक्ति बहुवचन. च इज अव्यय. अपरे अपर सर्वनाम पुल्लिंग प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन. आत्मसंयम योगाग्नौ आत्मसंयम योगाग्नि पुल्लिंग सप्तमी विभक्ति एकवचन.
जुह्वति
जुह्वति हु धातु लट् प्रथम पुरुष बहुवचन.
ज्ञानदीपिते
ज्ञानदीपित पुल्लिंग सप्तमा विभक्ति एकवचन
आकांक्षा पठतु
आकांक्षा
अन्वयः अनन्तरम् आकांक्षा
हाँ अन्वयः अपरे सर्वाणि इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति आकांक्षा जुह्वति इति क्रियापद कस्मिन् जुह्वति आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति कीदृशे आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति कानि ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति इन्द्रियकर्माणि ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति इन्द्रियकर्मणि पुनश्च कानि ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति कति इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति सर्वाणि इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति के सर्वाणि इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति अपरे सर्वाणि इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च ज्ञानदीपिते आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति तात्पर्यम् अन्ये केचन सर्वाणि इन्द्रियाणां कर्माणि तथा प्राणानां समस्ताः क्रियाः ज्ञानेन प्रकाशमाने चित्तसंयमनरूपो योगः तादृशे अग्नौ प्रक्षिपन्ति व्याकरणं संधिः सर्वाणि इन्द्रियकर्माणि सर्वाणि प्लस इन्द्रियकर्माणि सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि चापरे च प्लस अपरे सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि समासः इन्द्रियकर्माणि इन्द्रियाणां कर्माणि षष्ठी तत्पुरुष प्राणकर्माणि प्राणानां कर्माणि षष्ठी तत्पुरुष आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ आत्मनि संयमः आत्मसंयमः सप्तमी तत्पुरुष आत्मसंयम एव योगाग्निः तस्मिन् कर्मधार्य ज्ञानदीपिते ज्ञानेन दीपितः तस्मिन् तृतीया तत्पुरुष कृदन्तः दीपिते दीप प्लस क्त तस्मिन् क्रियमाणानि कृ धातु लट् रूप शानच् कर्मणि
सो अत्र जुह्वति इति क्रियापदं कर्तृपदं किम्
कर्तृपदं कस्मिन् इन्द्रियकर्माणि जुह्वति
इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि so two kartrupadams we have and sarvani is visheshana you can take it as visheshana of indriya karmani sarvani indriya karmani
प्राणकर्माणि
च अपरे अपरे जुह्वति कस्मिन् जुह्वति
आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जुह्वति
ज्ञानदीपिते this is visheshana to atmasanyama
so this atmasanyama juhvati
so this atmasanyama yogagni is because of the jnanadipite because of the jnana this atmasanyama yogagni happens so here in the first line we have
sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani
apare so here we have sarvani indriya karmani indriya karmas are of two kinds jnanendriyani karmendriyani
tadhe maya
sarvani so sarvani indriya karmani means the 5 jnanendriyas and the 5 karmendriyas and then prana karmani are also 5 prana karmani and manaha and buddhi are also considered as part of this only so we can because with them also we do some kind of karmas because in the mind also we think so even they are considered as part of indriyas so manaha and buddhi the karmas done by them so here the first line is saying sarvan indriya karmani prana karmani cha apare atma sanyama yogagnau juhvati jnana deepite so now all these totally we have 17 right 17 karmas will be the karmas done by these 10, by these 12 indriyas, and then the 5 pranas. And the 5 pranas.
Pancha prana. Okay.
So by the 5 pranas, some karmas are done. By
Haan.
the 12, the 5 jnanendriyas, 5
karmendriya plus manas or buddhi.
Karmas are done. So all the karmas done by these 17 elements should be offered into this Sanyama Yoga, which has a Jnana Agni. Sanyama Yoga, this Yajnam has Jnanam as the Agni. Okay, Jnanam here is the Yoga Agni. And this Sanyama itself is the name of the Yaga. Sanyama means the last 3 of the Ashta Yogangas. To attain Siddhi, want to attain Samadhi, all the karmas that are done by all these 17
Jnana Dharana Samadhi.
So we are offering. So what are the things that are done? What are the 5 Jnanendriyas?
Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha.
Granendriyam, Tvakindriyam, Shrotrendriyam, Chakshurendriyam, and Rasendriyam. What are the 5 Karmendriyas? Vak, Hasta,
Hasta, Tvak,
and 2 other are there.
Yes. Upastha.
Yeah. And then we have the Buddhi, which is also does the karmas. It will decide what is and what is not to be done, right? And the Manas wants to do. See, Manas uses these Indriyas to take things inside. See, the what do you say? The Shrotrendriyam itself cannot decide what it wants to hear. The Manas will decide for the Shrotrendriya. And once the Manas wants, it will only tell, I want to hear this, I want to hear this. Then the Buddhi should come into play and decide whether it should hear or not. Right? So once the Buddhi decides that it wants to hear something, then the Manas will settle for it, and the actual Indriya, it will use the actual Indriya to listen to what it wants to hear. So Buddhi is the one that is deciding, and Manas is the one that is acting between the Buddhi and the Indriya to make it happen. So all these works are done. And then the pranas. What are the Pancha pranas? Pranam, Apanam,
Vyanam, Udanam, Samanam.
And Samanam. So all these are also you doing some kind of kriyas, karmas, right? So this and how are all these kriyas happening in the body? All these, not only of the Pancha pranas, the kriyas done by the Jnanendriyam, the kriyas done by the Karmendriyam, the kriyas done by the Pancha pranas, by the Manaha and by the Buddhi. How are the karmas that they are doing? How are they happening? Or what is the source? Or who is making it possible for them to do all these karmas?
So Atma.
Atma Swarupam.
Atma Swarupam.
Atma Swarupameva. The minute the Atma leaves the body, none of these Indriyas or the pranas can do.
No activeness.
No, nothing can be done.
Nothing can be done.
So here we also have so Atma Swarupam. Atma Swarupam is the one that does. So knowing that the Atma Swarupam is the one that is making all these kriyas happen itself is the Jnanam. That is the Jnanam that we need to have. See, if we are aware every single day that it is because of Atma Swarupam I am able to do this. Because people sometimes will lose that thought. They will think they are living forever. They will be thinking that they are going to live forever. They will be planning even 20 years ahead. Not when they are like 10 years old. If you are planning for 20 years ahead, that is fine. But some people who are in their 70s or 80s also will be thinking about what to do 20 years later. So sometimes we forget that this Atma Swarupam, the minute it leaves the body, there is nothing I can do. But the Manas keeps forgetting it. The Buddhi keeps forgetting it. That is the reason why the Manas and the Buddhi are planning so many things. So we have to be aware of that even next second, I don't know if this Atma Swarupam is going to be with me or not. So if every day, if we live with that feeling in our mind, will we be doing bad things? If every day you think that today is my last day, I will try to do only the good things, right? I will try to do the best possible within my capacity. So that knowing that, being aware of that is nothing but the jnanam. Knowing that is the jnanam, and with that jnana deepa, in this Atma Sanyama Yogagni, in this Atma Sanyama Yogagni, people will perform the yaga with the Sarvani Indriya Karmani and the Prana Karmani. So once we know that this Atma Swarupam is what is making us do all these things, all these karmas are being, we are able to use our Indriyas to perform these karmas because of this Atma Swarupam. To that Atma Swarupam, to that Atma Sanyama Yogagni, with this Jnana Deepam, we will perform our yaga.
Jwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah. Satyam.
So here let us look at the Tatparyam. Anye kechana sarvani indriyanam karmani tatha prananam samastaha kriyaha jnanena prakashamane chitta sanyamana rupaha yaha yogaha tadrishaha agnau prakshipanti. So once we are aware of that, even the mere existence of us is nothing but the Paramatma, is nothing but this Atma Swarupam. Once we are aware of it at every minute consciously, then all the karmas through these indriyas and the pranas, we will offer only to that Paramatma, right? Once we are aware of it, once we are aware that these indriyas are able to do the kriyas that they are doing or the karmas that they are performing only because of this Atma Swarupam. If the Atma Swarupam is not there, what can you do? So we have to look at this Atma Swarupam as Paramatma himself, and we have to use all this only to worship, or worship in the sense offer everything in his name, so that we will ultimately attain moksha. We always look at things happening around us. When somebody benefits so much from somebody, we expect them to stay with gratitude, right? If somebody behaves differently, if they don't show gratitude, we will look at them as how come he cannot even show some gratitude? His whole life, he's able to live this life so comfortably because of that benefit he received from somebody. Similarly, we also have to understand that this Atma Swarupam, because of the Atma Swarupam only our life is here. The pranas, the karmendriyas, jnanendriyas, using these we are able to do all the karmas. So but we have to remember that Atma Swarupam is the one that is making this possible. So in return, we have to use all these indriyas and the pranas only to offer as in this yajna, with that jnanam in our mind. And what is that jnanam? Realizing that Atma Swarupa is the one that is making us drive, is the one that is making us help do our karmas. Remembering that, then every day we will use our karmas, our indriyas to do in the name of Paramatma. To that Atma.
Every next day is good day.
If
you think that way.
Yes. So that is nothing but the Tattva Jnanam. That is nothing but the Tattva Jnanam. So we have to remember, who am I? Who am I? What is making me do all this? Why did I wake up today morning? Why am I able to think like this? So every minute, if that question is there, then that Tattva Jnanam will automatically happen. If we forget about that and only think I am the center of this university, it is only because of me these things are happening, then that Tattva Jnanam will not happen, and we will lose time. The pranam will go. Someday this Atma Swarupam will vanish from our body. At that time, we don't have anything that we have in our account, any good deeds that we have in our account. So if we remember that constantly we will be doing everything with so much of gratitude, we will be able to see the Paramatma Rupam in everything. That way, it will become easy for us to purify our manas. So that is the tatparyam of this.
Atmanam rathinam viddhi sharira rathamev chadeva.
So anantaram, the next shloka, Sulochana Bhagini patitum ichchati va?
महोदय अहं प्रयाणे अस्मि अन्तर्जालं सम्यक् न भवेत् इति मन्ये
चिन्ता मास्तु अलिवेलु भगिनी
प्रयाणे अस्मि महोदय
अलिवेलु भगिनी अपि प्रयाणे अस्ति वा
न भगिनी
ओके पठ
द्रव्य यज्ञास्तपो यज्ञ योग यज्ञास्तथा परे स्वाध्याय ज्ञान यज्ञाश्च यतयः संशितव्रताः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अकारान्त पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं तपो यज्ञाः अकारान्त पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं योग यज्ञाः अकारान्त पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं तथा अव्ययम् अपरे पुंलिंग अपर पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं स्वाध्याय यज्ञ अकारान्त पुंलिंग स्वाध्याय यज्ञाः
ज्ञान यज्ञाः स्वाध्याय ज्ञान यज्ञाः is the word
स्वाध्याय ज्ञान यज्ञाः अकारान्त पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं च अव्ययम् यतयः यति इकारान्त पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं संस्कृतव्रताः अकारान्त पुंलिंग प्रथमा बहुवचनं पदार्थः केचित् द्रव्ययज्ञाः द्रव्यविनियोगरूपो यज्ञः येषां तादृशाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः तपोरूपः यज्ञः येषां तादृशाः अन्ये योगयज्ञाः योगरूपो यज्ञः तेषां तादृशाः तथा एवम् अपरे अन्ये स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाः च वेदाध्ययनमेव यज्ञः एव येषां तादृशाः च संसितव्रताः तीक्ष्णव्रताः यतयः नियमशीलाः भवन्ति अन्वयः केचित् द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः अन्ये योगयज्ञाः तथा अपरे स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाः च संस्कृतव्रताः यतयः भवन्ति आकांक्ष भवन्ति अध्याहृतम् के भवन्ति यतयः भवन्ति कीदृशाः यतयः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः यतयः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः कीदृशाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये कीदृशाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः तथा अपरे कीदृशाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः तथा अपरे योगयज्ञाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः तथा अपरे योगयज्ञाः अन्ये पुनः कीदृशाः भवन्ति संस्कृतव्रताः केचित् यतयः द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः तथा अपरे योगयज्ञाः अन्ये पुनः स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाः भवन्ति तात्पर्यम् केचन शिवार्पणबुद्ध्या लोकोद्धारय द्रव्यापि उपयुज्यते अन्ये स्वधर्मपालनरूपं तपोयज्ञं कुर्वन्ति केचन चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधार्थं प्राणायामादिस्वरूपं यज्ञम् आचरन्ति अन्ये कठिनव्रताः भगवत्साक्षात्कारविषययुक्तं वेदाध्ययनशास्त्रज्ञानरूपयज्ञं निर्वहन्ति व्याकरणं संधिः द्रव्ययज्ञास्तपोयज्ञाः द्रव्ययज्ञाः प्लस तपोयज्ञाः विसर्गसन्धिः सकारः योगयज्ञास्तथा परे योगयज्ञाः प्लस तथा विसर्गसन्धिः सकारः तथा प्लस अपरे सवर्णदीर्घसन्धिः स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाश्च स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाः प्लस च विसर्गसन्धिः सकारः चुत्वम् समासः द्रव्ययज्ञाः द्रव्यमेव यज्ञाः येषां ते बहुव्रीहि तपोयज्ञाः तपः एव यज्ञः येषां ते बहुव्रीहि योगः एव यज्ञः येषां ते बहुव्रीहि स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाः स्वाध्यायज्ञानं षष्ठी तत्पुरुषः स्वाध्यायज्ञानम् एव यज्ञः येषां ते बहुव्रीहि संसितं व्रतं येषां ते बहुव्रीहि
So atra kriyapadam kim?
भवन्ति अध्याहृतम्
अध्याहृतं स्वीकरणीयम्. So अत्र अन्वयः केचित् द्रव्ययज्ञाः अन्ये तपोयज्ञाः अन्ये योगयज्ञाः तथा अपरे स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाः च संश्रितव्रताः यतयः भवन्ति. So bhavanti is the kriyapadam. Yatayah. So it will be more like a vidheya visheshana. Vidheya visheshana. Prayatnam chestu untaru. They will be trying. Yatayaha means they will be trying. They will be trying what? Samshita vrataha. Means the vratas that they are taking up, the yajnas that they are taking up, they will be doing it with more intensity. So samshita vrataha are those who perform the vrata with so much of niyamams. Yatayaha samshrita vrataha bhavanti. So they will become that. So dravya yajnaha, here dravya yajnaha, tapo yajnaha, yoga yajnaha, all these will be vidheya visheshana yatayaha we can take. And swadhyaya jnana yajnaha. All these can be taken as vidheya visheshanas to yatayaha. Yatayaha are those who are trying. Okay. So people who are doing the dravya yajnaha, people who are doing the tapo yajna, people who are doing the yoga yajna and others, and who are doing the swadhyaya jnana yajnas, they are trying more and more to sharpen their focus on the yajnas that they are doing. In that way, we can understand this shlokam. So what is dravya yajnaha? So one is where you are actually doing the homam, right? That can be considered as one kind of dravya yajna. That is done for the devatas. Normally, you have some devata in your mind and you will be performing that yajna for a purpose. And then dravya yajnas can be categorized into three. One is the ishtam, which is the yajna that we just now spoke about. For devatas we do with some phalapeksha. Okay, it can be for the benefit of everybody. It need not be only for us. Like the kings also perform these homas for the vrishti to happen. Varuna devata they do. Like this they perform. Not only, it need not be only for self, it can be for the betterment of the community. That is ishtam, dravya yajna. And then purtam. Purtam is where people do like social service. Back in those days, they used to plant some trees, dig some wells. Even today you will see people will dig a well which can be used by several people in the village. Okay, they will be building parks. They will be doing annadanam. All these can be considered as purtam. Purtam is a kind of dravya yajna. And then dattam. Dattam is anything that you can give as danam. But again, even to give danam also, there are some niyamas in our shastras. So we have to follow. As per the dharma shastra, what can be given as a danam, to whom it can be given as a danam, all that we have to follow. Only then the benefit of giving that danam will be there. Simply giving something to somebody, we cannot consider that as a danam. Apatra danam is not at all good. You'd rather not do any danam rather than apatra danam. Patra danam only should be done. Patra danam means to those who really deserve. Sometimes we misuse. People misuse the opportunity. We don't take the time to understand if they are in real need or if they are simply taking advantage. So we will only be creating lazy people if we keep doing patra danams. So that also we have to keep in mind. So all these are considered as dravya yajnaha. So some people will be performing dravya yajnaha. And then tapo yajnaha. So the tapas itself is considered as yajna. They won't be doing any homam or anything. They are not doing any kriyas. They are just doing the tapas. So here tapas again does not mean simply going to some mountain and sitting and meditating. It need not be only that. It is to bring body into some kind of control. With some kind of control. We need not really make the body suffer. Like upavasam. Upavasam can be considered as one kind of tapoyagna. But again then, upavasam means not simply fasting, not simply staying without eating. No, we have to attain some kind of closeness towards the Paramatma. We have to move towards the Paramatma in a sense, not simply restraining ourselves from eating food. That is not considered as upavasa. It again has some niyamas. So we have to practice the indriya nigrahana. See, performing fasting and then talking, going and gossiping, that doesn't really consider it upavasam. So when you are doing upavasam, we have to use that time to move towards the Paramatma. In his dhyanam, you have to be there. So such things can be considered as tapo yajnas. Okay. And then yoga yajnas are there. Here yoga. Yoga, what is yoga? Chitta vritti nirodha. Means bringing the mind into control. That is called yoga as per Patanjali in his Yoga Shastra. So yoga itself is considered as yajna. That is yoga yajna. And what is yoga again? Earlier we saw Ashtanga yoga, right? Yoga has Ashtangas. What are those angas? The last three we have seen in a couple of shlokas behind. So what are all the 8? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyanam, Samadhi. Dharana, Dhyanam, Samadhi we already discussed a few shlokas behind. Pratyahara also we discussed. The controlling of the indriyas is called pratyahara. Nigrahana. Indriya nigrahana is called pratyahara. So those 4 we understood. And the asana and the pranayama will be discussed later in the later shlokas or in the later chapters. Here yama and niyama. Those 2 will be a little bit discussed here. So by practicing all these ashtangas, one can attain chitta vritti nirodham. Means the wandering of the mind. We can bring it under control. So here, so yama. What is yama? Ahimsa, satyam, asteyam, brahmacharyam, and aparigraha. Okay, these are considered as yamam. These come under yamam. Now, what is ahimsa? Ashastriya himsa. Ashastriya himsa is considered as ahimsa. So, what is ashastriya himsa? Or what is shastriya himsa? Arjuna killing the Kauravas. That is a shastriya himsa. As per the shastra, because he is a kshatriya, it is his duty to kill the enemy. So that is considered as shastriya himsa. It is himsa only, but it is as per the shastras. So that can be done as per the duty of a kshatriya. That can be done. That is why he will not get any papam by doing that. So ashastriya himsa, any kind of ashastriya himsa is considered as himsa. So we should not do that. Ashastriya himsa should not be done. Then we are said to be doing ahimsa. Some people will be doing himsa with words also. It need not be just killing something. Killing an animal or killing a person are only not considered as himsa. Himsa can be through words also. People will be torturing other people. That also should be considered as himsa. So, ashastriya himsa means causing pain. Basically, causing pain to others is called himsa. It need not be only completely killing something, right? So that is considered as it. And then so again, himsa. We need not do it. One is we ourselves can do, that is kritam. If we do it ourselves, that is still himsa. Karitam. We can make somebody else do some bad things or himsa. That also should not be done. That also is considered as himsa done by us only, not only them. We will get the we are also considered as the doer of that himsa. And anumoditam. means we give permission for somebody to do that. Then also we are considered to be doing this himsa. So we need not think, oh, I didn't do anything, he only did it, so I don't have any part in it. If you have influenced him to do that, then also we will be considered as we have done himsa. So that is about ahimsa. And then satyam. Satyam is simply not speaking the truth. Not telling lies also will be a part of satyam. We should not speak lies. Not only speaking the truth, we should also not be telling lies and not even thinking of telling a lie. Even in your mind, that thought should not come. Even in the mind, if the thought comes, it is like we are not satyam. Means, see, we say, no, manasa vacha, I want to do this. So thinking one way and then the action is in the mind, you don't want to do it, or you're thinking something, but outside you are forced to do something. So your action is not true to your mind. So that is still considered as you are not being truthful. That is not satyam. So satyam is not only telling the truth, but also not telling the lies, not even thinking of telling a lie. And also sometimes by telling the truth, you will be putting somebody else in trouble. That also, though it is the truth, if that is putting somebody else in danger, then that also should not be told. That is considered as asatyam only. That is considered as asatyam. In such cases, we have to simply stay quiet. We should not tell. If it is going to cause trouble to somebody else, when we speak the truth, then it is better not to tell. Okay, so if we tell, that is still considered as asatyam. And then asteyam. All these are parts of yamam. Yamam and niyamam. These are the two things, right? These are again parts of the ashtangas, the first two angas of the yoga. Asteyam means taking others' things without permission, or even of thinking of taking somebody's things. That is called asteyam. It need not be only stealing. Asteyam is not stealing, actually. Steyam is to steal. Asteyam is to not steal. So we have to practice asteyam. So it need not be without them knowing. Sometimes they will be seeing, you will simply go and take their stuff without taking their permission. They may not like that you are taking their things, but unable to say anything, they are not saying anything. They know that you took. It is not like you are taking away without them knowing. Not only that, sometimes they will know that you are taking it away, but with the daurjanyam, you are taking their stuff. So that also is considered as steyam. So we have to practice asteyam, means we should not take others' things without their permission or even think of taking. And then aparigraha. Aparigraha means parigrahanam means to take. Aparigraha means to not take. So what is the difference between asteyam and aparigraha? Asteyam is not taking somebody else's things without their permission. Aparigraha means we should not take what is more than what we need. What is more than what we need, we should not take. Only for our needs, we should take. So if we need only so much of money to live comfortably, we have to use or take as much money as we need to live comfortably. Taking in the sense, not simply taking from somebody, even earning. So if you happen to earn more than what you need, we have to give it away in doing good things, like in the dhanam and all that. In the dravya yajnas, there are so many things listed, right? So we can use that money to do such things. So with us, we should not keep more than what is needed. So that is aparigraha. So all these come under yama. And what is niyama? Niyama are the things that we have to. So here, one second. So here in yama, we are told what we should not do, right? In niyama tells what we need to do. What we need to do: shaucham, santoshaha, tapaha, swadhyayaha, and ishvara pranidhanam. And so what is shaucham? We all know. Bahya shauchyam and antara shauchyam also is needed. Not only if we simply take bath for so many times a day, it is not enough. Even the manas also should be clean. So that antara shaucham also should be maintained. That is shaucham. And then santoshaha. Santoshaha means we should be happy with what we have. That atma trupti should be there. We discussed about atma trupti several, I think, in the last adhyaya. How can a person attain atma trupti? How to identify a jnani, right? With this atma trupti. He who is atma triptaha. So we are very happy. We should be very happy with what we have. That is the santoshaha. And this is very important because that is what causes all other things. If we are not happy, then we want something. By wanting something, that desire comes. With the desire, emotions come. Like this, the chain will follow. So attaining this santoshaha, being satisfied with what we have, is very, very important to be practiced. And then tapaha. So shaucham, santoshaha, tapaha. Tapaha here means there are many kinds of tapas. But here in particular, what is being spoken about is maunam. Maunam means these days many people are doing maunavratam. Except for talking, they are doing everything else. They are doing all these kinds of gestures to tell people what is on their mind, just without speaking, or they will be writing on a paper and showing. So the other persons, it is becoming difficult for them to understand what they are trying to say because of these maunavratam. But that is not what maunavratam means. Maunavratam means even in your mind, you should not have any kind of thoughts. You have to be simply silent. Simply silent. Your mind also should be silent. No thoughts running around in your mind. Okay. So that is considered as maunam. Not only akara maunam, kashta maunam should be practiced. And then swadhyaya. Swadhyaya, as the word tells, you have to be adhyayanam. We have to do self-adhyayanam. One adhyayanam is by the scholars, like the Veda adhyayanam of any kind of grantha. If any adhyayanam is done, then that is considered as swadhyaya. Another kind of adhyayanam is also there for the moksha shastra, like Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that kind of adhyayanam for to understand the tattvam. It is not only shastra Veda adhyayanam. The second kind of one is any moksha shastra like the Bhagavad Gita. So whatever we are doing right now can also be considered as swadhyaya. We are trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita. Parayanam also many people do. That also can be considered as swadhyaya. The Bhagavad Gita Parayana, Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana, all these Parayanas can also be considered as swadhyaya. And also understanding, not simply Parayana, understanding is even better. That is considered as the real adhyayana, swadhyayana. Okay. And then again we have, this can be considered as jnana yajna. The moksha shastra adhyayanam can be considered as jnana yajna because we are trying to obtain the jnanam, and in that process we are doing this prayatnam, this sadhana. So this can also be considered as a yajnam, jnana yajna. And then Ishvara Pranidhanam. Ishvara Pranidhanam. What is Ishvara Pranidhanam? That everything, offering everything, Parameshwara Arpanam. Okay, Ishvara Arpanam. Everything offering whatever satkarma that we do, if we offer it to Ishvara, that is considered as Ishvara Pranidhanam. So we have Yama and Niyama. Yama tells us about the things that we should not do. Okay, we should not do himsa, we should not speak the lies, we should not steal, we should not take somebody else's, we should not take more than what we need. And brahmacharyam is also there, actually, a part of it. Okay, brahmacharyam we know to some extent. It is not discussed in detail here. So those are the things that come under yamam. And under niyamam, what we need to do is given. Okay, shaucham, santoshaha, tapaha, swadhyayaha, and Ishvara Pranidhanam. Okay, so these are the things. So through this Yama and Niyama, Asana Siddhi is attained. Asana Siddhi happens through these Yama and Niyamas, and through Asana, Pranayama Siddhi also happens. Pranayama Siddhi is not simply the pranayama that many people are doing these days, not just the breathing exercises. Beyond the breathing, there is more to it. Okay, that is called as pranayama in the yoga context. But many times people are forgetting that they are looking at it only as the breathing part. The breathing part is there, but in addition to that, there is more to it, okay, which has to be done only under a guru, in the guidance of a guru. So after all these are attained, so the yama and niyama will give us asana siddhi. Asana siddhi will give us pranayama siddhi, and pranayama siddhi will help us attain the other siddhis that we have seen in the previous shlokas, the dharana, dhyanam, and samadhi. So we cannot directly start the dharana before starting dharana, because we will not be able to attain dharana without practicing the yama and niyama. We are speaking everything, what we speak is a lie. What will dharana do? How can you control your mind if you are so used to, given to these things, the asatyam and asteyam and all these? If you are still practicing or doing such things, how can you put the mind under control? So first we have to purify ourselves through yama and niyama, and then that will lead to asana siddhi, which will lead to pranayama siddhi, and then the other angas also can be achieved. So here yatayaha means continuously, constantly practicing. People who constantly practice are called yatayaha, which is given in the second line of the shloka. And samshita vrataha is constantly sharpening these niyamas. We are able to do to some extent today. Tomorrow we should be able to do it at a more, more often or more with more force. Okay, you are able to do, you are able to practice ahimsa, but not completely. Maybe there are a few times when you are going out of hand. So by constantly we have to work on bettering ourselves in making this happen. That is called samshita vrataha. And so here dravya yajnas tapo yajnaha yoga yajnas tatha pare swadhyaya jnana yajnascha. So with the swadhyaya, the jnana yajna is happening. Yatayaha samshita vrataha. So these people who are constantly practicing through all these different kinds of yajnas, dravya yajnam, tapo yajnam, yoga yajnam. Yoga yajna is what we discussed right now. And Swadhyaya Yajna is also a part of Yoga Yajna, but it is given separately because it is considered as Jnana Yajna. Yatayaha, this prayatnam is constantly happening by these people by bettering themselves in each of these steps. Samshita Vrataha. They are constantly sharpening their skills to practice these niyamaha. So that is about this shloka. And this, once you apply this, all these, then it is called as Mahavratam. This will be the Mahavratam. Without any prayojana also we have to do. Then that is called as Mahavratam as per Patanjali in Yoga Shastra. Okay. So that is about this shloka, the meaning. And then in the Samasa, Dravya Yajnaha. Dravya Yajnaha is indicating the people who do Dravya Yajna. That is why it is Bahuvrihi. Dravyameva Yajnaha Yesham Te. Those who perform Dravyam, with Dravyam, they perform Yajnas. Okay. That is called as Dravya Yajnaha. Those who do Dravya Yajnas are Dravya Yajnaha. Tapo Yajnaha. Tapaha eva Yajnaha Yesham Te. Yoga Yajnaha. Yogaha eva Yajnaha Yesham Te. Swadhyaya Yajna Yajnana. Swadhyaya Jnana Yajnaha. Swadhyayasya Jnanam. Swadhyaya Jnanam. That is Shashti Tatpurusha. Swadhyaya Jnanam eva Yajnaha. That is Bahuvrihi. So those who have the Jnanam through the Swadhyaya, whatever Jnanam they have obtained, and which they are offering that as the yajna itself. The jnanam that they are obtaining through swadhyaya, that itself they are performing as a yajna. They are called as swadhyaya jnana yajnaha, samshita vrataha, samshitam vratam yesham te. Samshitam is like tikshna, like very focused vratam. So those who do that tikshna vratam, that vratam with so much of shraddha. So that is Bahuvrihi again. So this is about this shloka. Any questions? ओके नो चेत् अलिवेलु भगिनी
आं भगिनि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शांति शांति शांतिः धन्यवाद भगिनी नमस्कारः सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः नमस्कारः
सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः शुभरात्रि
ధన్యవాదాలు